like uber busy. It's been ridiculous. So what we're gonna make are these baby twisted headbands on this loom because I know it's gonna be easier for me to do. I'm trying to get in on my other. There it is. I'm trying to get. I was trying to get in on my other channel, but yeah, we're gonna make these tonight. Yeah, ignore that stuff right there, and yeah. So you're gonna, if you're using KB, because this is what I'm gonna be using, they typically don't have a spot where you can cast on. Um, so you're gonna get your stitch marker and put it on any peg that you would like. And you need some waste yarn, which I almost just forgot. I got some black yarn. Do I want to use black or do I want to use the red? I'm gonna use red as some waste yarn. I think I already have it connected to a pin, so we're gonna use this red as contrasting yarn. And you want to put this on your loom first. In the beginning, you'll do 3 rows of contrasting yarn slash waste yarn, and then at the end you'll do 5. So this just really to save you some time. Um, I did this one as a demonstration on live the other day. It's very fuzzy. I really like it. I want to do another one. I love it. So I'm gonna do a tutorial with that one. So you wanna put it on your cast on peg, and we're just gonna do about 3 rows of this red, and then we'll cast on the blue because that's what our baby twisted headband will be made out of. I'm trying to hold it up so you guys can see it. My arm is on it. I'll go ahead and wrap this one too. Go ahead and wrap the starter peg. Grab my hook, and we're gonna knit off right here. When we go back around the second time, we will skip that peg because we've already knitted off on it. And we did that so we can keep the stitches that we've already wrapped on the loom. You just got to remember that you already got one already on that peg. Gotta get this tail in out the way. So we're gonna wrap that. Uh-oh. Gosh. I'm tripping. Okay, remember I said skip this one. So you'll start right here every time after this. So this is your first row. I am so sleepy. Thank you, Leah. Okay, so this is your first row. I just got to do like two more, and then I'll use the blue yarn. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. Excuse me. Uh-oh. This one didn't knit all the way off like it should have. So I'm going to go back and fix that real quick after I knit that off. Let's take this one off. Knit that all the way off. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. And now we're going to put this one back on. And now we're going to finish the row. And this is a baby twisted headband. I got this one sitting right here because that's how I make my adult size. So you can use, this is a 32 peg loom that I made adult size ones with. Oh, thank you, Leah. Cool. Okay, Blue and Mala. So this is the last row I'm going to do, and then I'm going to cut this yarn and then cast on the blue. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the thank you for subscribing. So I can go ahead and cut this yarn. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So we're gonna cut that and set that apart. Usually I do about 5 rows of this, but since when I take this, have to separate this from the other end, that's just more time and it doesn't come loose from this end. I mean from this end, so that's why I went ahead and did that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the outside, and we're gonna connect the um the blue yarn. Put it on the starter peg, the orange one, where the stitch marker is. I wanted to use a yarn, if I was going to use variegated yarn, I wanted to use a yarn that would change colors often. This is on the opposite side, it's driving me nuts. I can tell when it's flipped. Hi, Madeline. So I'm going to put this down here. I think that's safe to put that down there. this is the only one that I had to actually change colors on. And this was variegated yarn. This is, of course, not color change. It was from fluffy yarn. So I got some more of that. I'm gonna make another one like that. And I only did enough for like for live that day. So that's the reason why it's shorter than the other ones. I wanted to complete it while I was on live. I hope this don't roll around the table as often. Awesome. Making a hat. I need to. I'm getting ready to start making some more hats too. I haven't made hats in a minute. I've been stuck making a blanket for for a while, and I gotta make a second one. Oh yeah, that sounds so pretty. I love using variegated yarn. This yarn feels really soft. I'm gonna enjoy working with it. From time to time, blue. I bet that was nice too. Oops, I what did I do? Okay, I did something wrong. I did something wrong because that's not supposed to be like that. Let me tighten this back up. All right, it's supposed to be ended on the this end. Hi, purple crochet. You into the Halloween theme, Madeline? Hi, Irma. I forgot to wrap the first pig. I accidentally skipped it, I think. All right, now that's right. Knit off on there. And I'm not counting the rows, I'm just going to measure it. And since I'm just doing a baby one, I'm going up to like 15 inches. Because online told me like the circumference of a baby's head was like 13.5 inches, so that's why I decided to do that. Cool. I haven't crocheted in scarves in a minute. I think I've only done one at, at the most. I've mostly been crocheting plushies right now. I was hoping that they wouldn't fall over so much or move so much. so sleepy. I've had an eventful day. So I'm like, I'm just trying to make it. I spend most of the morning doing my hair, and then most of the afternoon to the evening doing cosplay and video editing. So, yeah. Well, not like full body cosplay, more so makeup cosplay. And so I'm tired. And really playing in face paint. Then I played in some contacts, and it took me like, normally back in the day when I would put fake contacts in, it took me probably like 15 minutes. Like today, it took me about 45 minutes. I was like, oh my goodness. Then I accidentally forgot that I needed to do my makeup after I put the contacts in. So I did the makeup before I put the contacts in, and then I was like, darn, now I need to do it after because my hands weren't clean. So I had to do my makeup twice and then put the contacts in. I mean, put the contacts in, then do my makeup again. And then after that, I had to do videos, record the videos in the makeup, and then edit the videos and post them. So, very eventful day. Like, I think when I make it in the house, I'm just gonna fall on the bed. Fall on the bed and immediately go to sleep. But knowing me, I'm gonna go in there and I'm not gonna go to sleep. I love this yarn so much because of it looks like blue jeans, but it feels so very soft. I need to get some of these and make some pants, some more of this yarn and make some pants with it. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the red down through there though, so I can be out the way. Hi, Subu. Hi, Madeline. Thanks so much for the like. I got some more yarn back there somewhere that's similar to this. I gotta find out what I did with it. I think I got it hanging up. I still need to get very organized in here. If I'm not too careful, I go back to sleep. I mean, go to sleep back there on my couch. Thank you, Essie. I should have said, hey, Essie, and thank you. I hope you are enjoying it. Awesome. Okay, that's what I was just about to ask. What you've been working on? Awesome. I need to make some more hats myself. Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. You got not idea of colors in mind? need a break from. I'll started blanking next week. I need a break. Like I'm tired. Hi, Marilyn. That's what it looks. Oh, that's cute. I really like that. I probably should leave the red on there, but I don't really want to. But it's cute though, because red and blue jeans do go cute together. As soon as I start being able to not crochet, loom the images into my projects, I start putting fewer things in there. Okay. Hi, Gemma. hope I make quite a bit of a progress by the time 9:30 gets here. Hi, Mara. coming out really pretty. Now I don't have any socks to match. I probably should. I'm gonna make some. Try to find some socks. I mean, try to see if I got it. I hope I got it. I don't think I have any yarn this color, but it's not that expensive. I got it from Walmart, so I might just go on Walmart and just buy another one. Make some make a beanie, a pair of socks, and maybe like a diaper cover. I don't know, cause it feels really nice. I can't remember what it's made out of. If it's made out of breathable yarn, like yarn that can be, thanks so much for the likes. Yarn that can be breathable for a baby, even if they soaked it or something, I'll use it. But if it's not, I'll have to find a different um, yarn to use. Which I have some baby blue yarn that may work with this. If I make a diaper cover out of it, I don't know. I got some bamboo yarn that I can make a diaper cover out of. But I've never made a diaper cover either, so that's gonna be a new adventure for me. But there's an app where you can make a diaper cover on. Excuse me. My bad. The more I look at it, it looks like moving water. It still looks like jeans, so it looks like moving water too. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Mackenzie. I'm so in a hurry trying to get this done in 2 hours. Hi, Clara. I'm just like all over the place a little bit with it. Thank you, Clara. It's Doe. This is my nickname. Hi, Montserrat. Thank you. I'm making a baby twisted headband. Hi, Val. So you, what I'm doing right now, you make it into a tube, and then once you take it off, well, you put waste yarn on it first, which is the red part, and then you make it into a tube, and then you put waste yarn on it again, and then take it off. Yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes I just, I'm just sitting here making stuff for a tutorial. But once you take it off, you sew it closed on both ends, line up the stitches and sew it closed, and then fold it into itself at the ends, and then that's how you get the twisted part. I'm gonna try and do all of that before I get off live. If I don't make it to like the length I want, I'm still gonna just take it off and then show y'all still. So I'm gonna try to complete it from start to finish before I get off. But yes, I can make a custom one. Uh-oh. Hi Sheila. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. Appreciate it. So I'm just gonna stop in about 15 minutes just so I can make sure that I get that I'm able to show you how to do it. I'm gonna in 15 minutes I'm gonna put the red back on as the waist yarn, and then I'm gonna show y'all how to make it. The loom I'm using, just in case you're interested, this is a baby knit loom by KB. Thanks so much for the like. And the one, this one is what I use to make the baby twisted headbands on. The wood one that you see is a basic knits loom by KB as well, and that's the one I use to make adult twisted headbands on. And it's a 32 peg loom. Hi Irma. So that's just in case you guys are curious about how many stitches I use and why I have two looms on the camera and only using one. This one takes about 3 hours, and I think the other one may take about five. I can't really remember. Jesus. I'm just gonna do this one in 2 hours just to give y'all a gist of how to make it. But I think from start to finish, you should, if you're making a baby one, about 3 hours. Hi, Ayata. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Hi, hi, Danushka. Okay, I'm gonna do this for about 5 more minutes so I can make sure that I can show you guys how to do the twisted part, because it's really only the most curious part about this process, and it's actually really easy. It just looks complicated. Trying to get as many rows in here as I can. Hi, Pan. Been doing pretty good. How you doing? That's good. Hi, Ayata. So really, the main goal of the waist yarn is to make all the stitches look cohesive. So that's really only the reason why to do the waist yarn. But the beginning stitches and ending stitches will be hidden once you do the twisted part. So I'll probably be able to do about one more row because it's 44 the minutes. Uh, Let me do one more row. I see it's 9:45, so let me just do this one more row. Yeah, I said I was gonna separate it. And I'm trying to keep this on the outside because of the way you close it. You need the string to be on the outside to tie it in a knot. So that's why I need to leave it out there. Okay, this is not the actual what I would normally do for the size, but I'm just trying to make sure that I get everything into the live. So that's why I cut it that short. So think of it as this is just an example. So if I were making a baby one, I would really go up to like about 15 inches, like a legit baby one. So we're gonna put the red yarn back on here, and this is our waist yarn. It's a contrasting color of the color that I'm using to actually make the. So it's a contrasting color of this color. So you want to put it back on your cast on peg, and I'm trying to tighten it up some. I'm gonna throw that back out there, and I'm gonna do 5 rows. I did 3 rows to start because even if I pull these, it'll come apart. But when I do 5 rows down here, if I pull it, it will unravel. So I'm gonna do 5 rows just to give it enough room away from the project. And I'll thank you, we win. I mean, how we win. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 6 just so I can show y'all the reason why I'm doing 5. So I'm gonna do 6 rows of this red because I'm gonna unravel 1 row, and that's just to help you guys get a gist of why we do the waist yarn, why we do so many rows for the waist yarn rather. What I meant to say. So we're gonna knit that off, and I'm gonna pull this to tighten it up a little bit. Put that back over there, and we're gonna knit that off. And I'm trying to make sure these two stay on the outside because they will need to be on the outside. Um, it would have been nice if I would have mixed this red in here though. I'll probably do it in another project, but their red looks really nice with that yarn. My bad, y'all. Hi, Lorraine. Welcome in. So this is row number 2. Hi, Michelle. Because when I tell y'all, I'm about to kind of fight with the yarn just a little bit. So that's why I'm trying to make sure I give y'all plenty of time to show y'all how this is going to work up once you take it off the loom. Okay, this is row number 3. It really is, Lorraine. Very relaxing. Okay, this is going to be row number 4. Turn the loom a little bit. Um, Need some more yarn. I'm trying to keep up with the rows so that I don't do more than I need to. This yarn is just a little bit more stiff than the blue yarn because this is red heart. Okay, push that down. This is going to be row number 5. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Alright, and we're about to do our last row, which is row number 6. And row number 6 is really only just to give y'all a gist of why we do the waist yarn. So I'm getting ready to cut that loose. So I'm gonna cut this red loose because I don't need it anymore. Okay, get this off. Okay, so we've knitted all them off. And all you want to do now is just toss off all the stitches. So you're not going to do a gather bind off. You're not going to do anything to them. You're just going to take them off. So just take them off. And so you notice while you're taking them off, there is nothing holding them in place. They are not secure. So this is the reason why you do the waist yarn. And this is why you do so many on this end. Like the other end, I could have did 5, but I try not to waste so much time. And you can just take that off and pull that off. Okay. So on this end, I only did 3 because if I pull these 2, it's not gonna unravel anything. But when I go down on this end, if I pull this one is not gonna move. But if I pull this one, it's gonna come loose. So that's why you wanna at least do enough rows just in case you accidentally pull on it and it doesn't come apart. Okay? So I'm gonna set these apart because I don't need that anymore either. So the next thing you want to do is you want to line up your stitches, because if you don't, and let's say I close it like this, it's going to be twisted. So I want to line up my stitches first before I start to close them up. On the opposite ends, it's still not quite lined up because this is going diagonal right. maybe if I can, yeah, there it is. All right, so I'm gonna kind of do this to it because it's still not quite where I want it to be. All right, I think that's lined up. I'm making baby twisted headbands. I think that's lined up as best as I can get it because it's still kind of twisted though. All right, so this is lined up as best as I can get it. You want to take a crochet hook, and I got like a number 4 here. And this one is really going to be your most annoying part because um, trying to slip stitch the stitches inside of each other on this end, since it unravels pulling this way, the stitches are going to pull tight as you try to slip stitch them. But on this end, since it doesn't unravel, it will not move. The stitches won't move as you twist it. So I'm going to twist this end first so I can show y'all how this end doesn't move. And then I'm going to do the other end so I can show y'all how it does. So you want to roll this down. Remember how I was telling y'all this needs to be on the outside. And I'm going to start on this end because that's where my tail yarn is. So I'm going to go to this end. So you want to take your hook inside of the stitch, in which I think my problem is that I normally do not count. I don't like counting. So I just go and hope that it just works out. So you want to go inside your stitch and you want to go to the opposite side and stick your hook in there. And I'm going to hold this up closer to the camera so that y'all can see that. So I'm gonna take it back out. You want to go under this stitch and under this one and just slip stitches through. And since I went from right to left, I'm gonna go back over to the right side, pick up this stitch and slip stitch it inside this loop, go over to the left side, slip stitch inside of this loop, oh thank you, oh sweet fam, go over to the right, slip stitch over to the left, slip stitch over to the right, slip stitch over to the left. I don't know. Okay. I figured I don't have to say it anymore. Hi, Scotland. I hope that I'm not gathering more than picking up more than I should. Hi, Brandy. Let me move my computer up so I can see the comments while I'm standing up. No problem, Elizabeth. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, go on this side, this end, this side. And you don't need to know how to crochet to do this. You're just hooking the stitches and pulling them into each other. Uh-oh. Let's try that again. I feel like I'm hooking extra yarn. Let me try that again. See, I feel like I'm getting in more than I was supposed to. I'm just gonna leave it this time because I just keep going back and forth. All right, let's go. Put that in there, and let's get this one in there. And then we're gonna get this in here. Okay. So I'm not gonna pull this all the way because I might have missed some stitches. So now we since we can't tug this loose, we have to go and pull the yarn out of the bottom part. So this is the most annoying part about this end is that we got to get all these stitches out, but we have to work them out because they're not pullable. So we're gonna go down in here. I'm trying to figure out where it starts. That's why I tugged on it. So let's see if it does it nicely for me. Okay. Sometimes it does, sometimes it didn't. Okay. So that did that. So I'm kind of in the beginning. I have to tug it to figure out where I'm going. Okay. So it's over. It's not right here. It's over to the left. So each time you go now, you're gonna skip like the right, and you're gonna go to the left, and then you're gonna pull the right side out. And you want to do this carefully because you might not have gotten all the stitches, but it looks like I have, so I'm hoping that I have. I've been doing this for a while and I still don't get all the stitches, so I'm just saying, don't worry about it. You'll be able to fix it just as long as you're careful not to like pull too rough on the stitches. So I try to, demonstrate the way I would want somebody to tell me because if I was just telling you guys to do this, do this, do this, I need to know why. Why am I doing that? So that's the reason why I explain, this is why we're doing this. So, you can decide, hey, maybe I don't want to do that. So, if that's what it's meant for, I might not just want to do that part. So you have the choice to do it whether you want to or not. And then on the opposite end, the most annoying part is going to be the slip stitching that I did initially, but it wasn't annoying on this end because the stitches didn't move. On the other end, the stitches are going to move. They're going to tighten up, so I'm going to have a slight difficulty trying to slip stitch them in. But when I take the yarn off like this, all I have to do is pull it apart at the top, and so that's what's going to be easy about the other end. Well, easier because this is not too bad. Thank you, Elizabeth. And so this is why this is your waist yarn, because you're getting rid of it. So once I get this off, I won't need it anymore. So try to use something that you're not crazy about. I probably shouldn't have used this red, but it was the most contrasting color I could find in the moment. So that's how I ended up using it, but I need the red. Like I could have found some yellow or something. Alright, I'm going to pull this off slowly because I'm trying to make sure that isn't hard. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so it looks like I got all my stitches in there. Hi, Lynette. So it looks like I got all my stitches in there. So we're just going to take this loop and grab the tail end and pull it through there. Okay. And that finishes that end. Okay. So like I said, make sure that you keep those stitches straight or they're going to be twisted. So make sure you keep that straight. Now we're going to go down to the other end. Gonna roll this down. Make sure that the tail is not in there. It is on the outside because I'm gonna close this up and I need the tail to be on the outside. And you want to also make sure the tail is on the end where it's supposed to be too. Like I said, this is twisting. It's twisting on its own anyway, but it's for the most part it's where I need it to be. Yes, I got them. I got these from Amazon. They also sell them at Walgreens. They're Neo G. I have like a sensory issue, and I can't do like um, compression. I don't really like compression gloves that go all the way up to the knuckles because I can feel the gloves rubbing against each other. So I like to feel my skin rubbing. And I can't wear regular gloves either, so I have to wear these fingerless. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did on the other end, but you're going to see that as I try to slip stitch, the next stitch after is going to be tight. So there's really not much you can do about it, but I just wanted y'all to know that. Just in case you're trying it and you're like, oh, why is it so hard on this end? It's really because of that. So it makes it get tighter to the waist yarn too. So let me try and hook it this way and do that. Okay. So I try to do it slower. Just a little bit slower so that it doesn't pull too tight. I think I got it. And sometimes I take my loom knit hook and just go back in the stitch too and loosen it up. Where did I just come from? I gotta remember where I just came from. Okay. Sometimes I forget where I came from, especially when I have to do it a certain way. Alright, this side. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't like the way that just went in there. Alright. I just twisted the hook around a little bit over there. See, the closer you get down to the bottom, okay, I think I'm gonna have to start using this to pull it up some. I think it's the way this yarn is the reason why it keeps twisting down there. So, the body part of it. See how it's getting down in there. So now you got to be careful because you may miss stitches because it's going so far down, or it's tightening up. So that's awesome, Elizabeth. I need to make some too. Okay, so that should be the last one, y'all. So I'm gonna go down in this open space and grab this yarn and pull up that loop through there. Like I said, I don't want to complete it because I gotta make sure I got all the stitches. So this why I said this is not gonna be that hard. So pulling it from this end is not that bad. But when you get very close to the beginning stitches of this end, you want to pull it slowly. So just in case you forgot some loops. So we're gonna pull that slow. I think I got that one. No problem. All right. It looks like I got them all. think so. Pull on that. All right, so it looks like I got them all. All right, so like the other end, we're gonna go open up the loop and pull that close. Okay, so we have completed this part of it. I'm still trying to get my stitches to be nice to each other. So, or line up rather. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna fold this in, and this will give you your twist. And we're gonna fold this in, and like heck man. Thank you, Leah. We're gonna go. We're gonna this one gonna go in there, and this end is gonna go in the other one. So this is where you get your twist from. All right, so you should just sew it closed. Let me get some more yarn. And you don't need a whole lot. I'm gonna cross the scissors. Let me move this red yarn. This just looks like a whole bunch of mess. And let me get my tapestry needle. And let me make sure this is still folded the way it should be. And you want to take your tapestry needle and your yarn, and you just want to go all the way across. So starting on this side, all the way across. And leave you some tail yarn to tie up. Trying to see how much tail yarn I want to leave. I'm gonna leave more than that. All right. That's a old clicking office pen. Before I get off live, I'll show it to you. You can also use a straw. Okay. So I'm making sure that I get all of them. See this one as well, because it's kind of going down in there. So we're gonna make sure we get all of it. Huh? Can you repeat the twist? I have to let me take it out to repeat this. I have to take it out. Hold on. Let me try to see if I can pull it. All right. So the twist. So it's like this. It's flat, and you want to curve this up and curve this up. I'm trying to keep my stitches together. Okay, curve this end up, curve this up, and fold them into each other. So just fold them into each other. So I'm just going to show you how this one is going into this one. And then this one, like that. I need to make me some. I'm trying to decide whether I want to wear a hat or wear these. So I got to make sure I get this one. No problem, Clara. And go through here. And I'm not gonna like really just be all particular about closing this up. I just really wanted y'all to see how to get to this point. So I'm just gonna weave it back down to the other end. I'm not gonna weave in all the ends. And really once I show y'all this and then show y'all those pins, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I normally do like a 30-minute warning, but I was standing up so I couldn't really see the time. But I'm pretty much at my time anyway. Alright, and I'm just gonna make sure this goes back to this side. And all you wanna do is take it and tie it in a knot here. Sorry about all the strings, because I'm not planning on hiding the knot, hiding the strings right now. So you just want to tie it in a knot, do another one. Okay. Then once you got have all that done, you're gonna flip it inside out, and you should have something twisted like this. So that's how you do a twisted headband. It's really all about the folding. There's really nothing extra special about it. You just fold it in and then you sew it together, and then that's how you get that twisted look that you're going for. And now that I think about it, this is going to be like this is going to be a coffee. I can use this as a coffee. What's the thing? Coffee cozy. So I'm going to use this as a coffee cozy. So if you don't have that much yarn, and you want to make these, and instead of making like twisted headbands, I'm trying to find my little coffee cup, but apparently, hold on, I got something around here. I can put a little coffee, put my little coffee cozy on. I thought I did anyway. Um, Crap. I thought I had a little coffee cup or whatever in here. Let me see. I might be able to put it on here. Let me put it on here. No, that looks like it might be too big. It might. So it'll go nicely around like a little cup or something. So if you want to like instead use it for like a little cup or something, you want to make something small. Yeah, right. I thought about the wrist too. So if you want to do something like this, put it on your little coffee cup, or that'll work. So okay, so about these pins, I'm gonna show you several of them because I got like so many sitting near me because I was working. So I want to explain the pins real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. So I like have a lot of these, and they're a little bit difficult to take apart, but they're my favorite thing to use. They're like my go-to. So whenever I start doing loom knitting, they really only work with E-stitch. No problem, Elizabeth. They really only work with E-stitch and double knit loom. So technically, this is like a really small long loom, but I could do like figure eight on here, and that's like a double E-stitch. And so it'll work for a double E-stitch and E-stitch only. And there's a looming pen. You can also use a straw. There's a looming pen that I'm not wowed about, but there is one. So, yeah, like just any pen that you want to use. You can use a straw too, but I like using these because if you notice, I have the top twisted off on here, and so when I have the top twisted off, I can use number 5 up to a number 7 weight yarn using this one. No problem. And then if I put the leader tip on, I can use anywhere between number 4 all the way down. So I like using these because I feel like it's like adjustable. They're convenient in use. I feel like if I use a straw, I'm only able to use like one size yarn in it, and same with this one. Like I bought this one just out of curiosity, and I don't like this part. I hate this part. I lost the little hook thing that goes right here, but I can use a tapestry needle to thread it too. So I didn't feel like it was very worth it. So I just like to put it all out there. But this one is by Boy, and it's an official like looming pen. So if that's what you want, it's out there. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and hopefully I'll be back on next Sunday. I'm normally here on Sundays and Mondays at 8 p.m. Central to about 10. And then yeah, so that's pretty much the schedule. And I post quite a bit of tutorials on my YouTube channel too. So I just go live pretty much doing those tutorials. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all and I hope to see y'all next Sunday. Please subscribe if you want to keep up with me. I not only make these, I have loom knitted pumpkins, so I make plushies with looms as well, and yeah, so and blankets, I do blanket tutorials too. So yeah, thank y'all so much. Catch y'all later. Have a good rest of your night. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Hugs to you too.